sasa uligiyo mkono yako na ni yako, you know? Yes, so that our career is on our palms. Hii mkono yako imebeba all what you need in the journey of career. And what, I believe you have a pen and paper. Apparently, this girl is kama hiyo. Do we have people with a pen and paper somewhere? Phones. Kuna wale who are at another level of technology, they have their phones. But if you have a piece of paper and a pen, the better. So what does the palm stand for? The P, the palm begins with a P. The P stands for personality. Take note of that. That in your career journey, you must understand what your personality is. And you have that P already. So what is the next letter after P? A. Letter A stands for the word ability. Unajua penye ability inaspelliwa? Yes, A stands for ability. Inafuatwa na nini? The third letter? L. L stands for likes, stroke, dislikes. Likes, stroke, dislikes. Inafuatwa na nini ingine? M. M stands for meaning. M stands for meaning. In the layman way, we call it values. M stands for meaning, and we say the other word for meaning is values. So we have personality, we have ability, we have likes, we have meaning, whose alternative word is values, and we have S, which stands for supplemental factors. Can we repeat what each of these stands for? P. Nisikie tu kwa sauti kubwa. P. Personality. A. Abilities. L. Likes. M. Meaning. S. Supplemental factors. Now we shall deliberate on each of these, and by so doing, now you'll be able to align yourself better in this journey of career choice. And this journey is murky. When we talk about murky, imejaa matope, imejaa a lot of confusion along the way, unless you are well guided. And we realize that it means so much about us. Now, I will want to deal with the ALMS. Then we shall go back to the personality, which is actually the backbone of the whole thing. Now, when we talk about abilities ni vitu kama gani sasa? Abilities. What is it? What do you mean by ability? Layman language tu, neno la Kiswahili na mtaani. Abilities inamaanisha nini? Translated loosely. May not be exact, but loosely translated. Ability means uwezo, you know? Uwezo. How do we get uwezo sasa? Uwezo inatokana wapi uwezo? Uwezo ni nini sasa? Inatoka wapi? I can see me kama you are whispering something, so you say it loud. Uwezo ni nini?
Ability.
Ability is good for me, and thank you. Ability is sometimes inherent. Like I had last year, have you been to a music school? And his answer was what? No. Ability, that thing that you know how to do, that skill that you know how to do, not necessarily because you have been trained on it. And we have many things that we do, yet we have never been into a class for training. Maybe you observed others doing it and you like it. Maybe you have that curiosity as to acquire it somehow. That is what we are referring to as ability. And then I want to ask us, what are some of the abilities that we possess? What are some of the abilities? I will kupelekwa shule about it, but somehow unajua kuifanya. Hiyo ni kitu kama ni mambo kama gani tunajua tu kufanya, but we didn't really go through some form of training on how to do it. Put your hand up confidently. What are some of those abilities that we have? Ian is looking for someone who can answer that question. Useme mimi naturally niko na hii ability. Hatuna ability yoyote, tu something that is inherent, tunajipata tu. Kuna mkono pande hii ya. There's some beautiful girl there who wants to tell us something about that.
God is good.
All the time. I'm sorry it was not a answer. A hanky, yes. Yes, there are people, they can perfect it, but they are already naturally good in tracks. That's a name I get to even when I was 5 years. I would still struggle. Not now when I'm 50. Even when I was 15, I would still struggle with running, okay? Yes. And what else? Any other ability? There are many. We already have tracks. We have ability singing. Kuchora. There are people who never got any art class. But ukiwaambia wa kuchora watakutoa penye huko. Hata wewe mwenyewe utashangaa. This is how I am. Yes. Nobody trained them, but when they touch their pen, and the paper, drawing paper, they do it and do it perfectly well. Now, if this person were to choose a career, and there's another one, yes?
Niko na ability ya kuandika storybooks. I write 2 of them.
Somebody trained you how to do it? If she became an author, if she became a content creator, if she chose a career within the space of writing and editing and the editing, atakuwa tu kama samaki mwenye ako ndani ya what? Ya maji. Imagine us now, for us to learn how to swim, there is always an instructor there telling us, hiyo mkono weka hivi, hiyo mguu weka hivi, usiende pande hii, usiende pande hii. Ukiingiza samaki kwa maji, you don't give the samaki instructions on how to go about swimming, do you? Because it is already inherently built to do so. Now, so when we talk about abilities, we are talking about those things, those skills that you already have, not because you are training them, but because you are inherently wired to be able to do that. There are people who are very good cooks. Nobody really took them to a cooking class. I have a daughter who is currently a 4th-year university student, and when she completed high school, I had to take her to some cookery classes because she didn't know how to cook a pig. And you see, she had grown in that house, seeing people cooking, but kuna mwingine hapa atakuchapia chapati nzuri, si ati alitrainiwa na mtu. They already have that skill. Akienda kwa shamba, kuna mambo atafanya shamba vizuri, wewe unachoka tu kabla uanze, because you don't have that inherent ability. It could be cooking, it could be singing, it could be writing, like you already see our beautiful daughter there who has already done 2 books. I am 50 years plus, I have never written a book. Why? Because I could be having such attributes, but for her it is too obvious, right? Yes, so we have talked about life. We have talked about life. Ability is inherent. Life is maybe because you have already been trained in it or not, but ile kitu unapenda. what you can do. But ability is kitu unapenda, even when you don't know how to do it. For example, how many people here love football? You like football? Hayata hiyo sasa. Mbona mnaniangusha vijana? Mbona mnaniangusha? You love football? That is one. How many are good footballers? Wewe bila footballer mnoma sana. How many? So it is possible to love or like something even when you don't have the ability to do it. Okay? There are people there who don't have the ability to sing, but they love singing. They admire the people who do singing. They admire the people who do that thing which you are not able to do. It is not inherently inbuilt in you, but you like it. So, if you choose a career that has a relationship with what you like, it is very easy to flow in it. While we are talking about life, there are also certain things that we don't like. Sasa, kama ile karia hiyo unataka kuchagua, inaambatana na mambo mengine haupendi, will you survive in it? Will you? Let me give an example. There are some people who like or love something like power. You know, they like, you know, visualness. They like mahali wanaonekana. So you will see this person desiring to be chosen like a class prefect, being a person who is okay with a leadership position because they like that which comes with the leadership. Sasa wewe ni wale watu mnataka kukaa kwa umati, hautakani kuonekana, and then you have chosen a career that is leading you to some positions of leadership. Sasa watu wanataka uwalii, but wewe ni yule mtu anapenda kukaa nyuma ya watu wengine. Unaweza make kweli? So the issues of likes and dislikes. What you like should be a determinant of the career that you choose. What you don't like is also a determinant, because you will avoid the careers that have something to do with what you don't like. Like there are people who don't like talking so much, and then you make that person a teacher and teachers talk throughout. You make that person a media person. They don't like being seen, they don't like publicity, you know, and there are careers that are obviously going to put you into publicity. True? You are very truthful. This country these days we have truthful men. Yeah? You are truthful men. Okay. You are very truthful. You are a very truthful person. For you, A is A and B is B, but there is nothing like AB as far as you are concerned. But you have some careers that sort of can lead you into doing that which you don't like. Let me give an example. Recently I was called by a parent. This parent told me about their daughter. The daughter has scored an A- in high school, went to, I think, University of Nairobi or KU, did law for 4 years. Graduated with a second class upper. Very brilliant girl. 2023. 2024 imeisha. Mama ameuliza huyu msichana, now that you are coming to the end of a year, what are you thinking about this your career? Because in Kenya, the law requires that once you have done your 4 years degree, then you must get to the Kenya School of Law to get a diploma in law that will enable you to be registered as an advocate of High Court, to be allowed to practice. Ukisoma law na ukose kwenda Kenya School of Law, usome the degree but you don't go for the diploma. diploma, wewe ni knowledge tu umeacquire, but you cannot practice law in Kenya. You cannot own a law firm. You cannot be in a court of law arguing there as a lawyer. So what did this girl tell the mother? Mimi nimekuja kuona hii mambo ya law, mimi hatuambatani. Kuna mambo yake mimi sipendi. Ni nini huyu msichana hapendi? Because in law, everybody, no matter what they have done, no matter what crime they have done, they are entitled to defense. Okay? Si mnaonanga hata terrorist na amepatikana pale kwa terror attack, still there will be a lawyer who will defend this, terrorist. Hiyo mnajua story. Mtu ni mwizi, mtu ameua, lakini there will be a lawyer to defend this murderer, to defend this terrorist, to defend whoever it is. When you have a lawyer there who is going to argue your case, you tell them the truth. Okay? You go to your lawyer, you tell them, it is true, I did. So the role of the lawyer is to look at the loophole in that process and defend you so that the court will be fair, right? In their judgment, they are going to be fair. Sasa wewe uko hapo. Hii mambo ya kwenda kusimama mbele ya court useme my client did not murder na ameshakwambia that he or she murdered, okay? This girl realized that hii haiambatani na maisha yake, haiambatani na kitu yeye anapenda. And right now, you know what the girl wants to do? The mother told me, now I want you to talk to this girl because this girl wants, and all the time, even before she went for this law, she had wanted to learn about films. Film, tunajua ni nini? Mambo na cinema. That's what the girl wanted. Then the mother is asking her, why did you have to wait for the 4 years? Then the girl is like, I feared to disappoint you. Alright. Kama kuna wachache hapo. Let your child be. The mother told me, I'm the one who talked her into this law. But she obeyed, went for the law for 4 years, graduated in a very high degree, and this is a law that everybody is dying to attain, correct? But the girl is uncomfortable. And I'm not trying to say there is anything wrong with law, because that is what it's meant. Just like a doctor will operate, and when the doctor starts an operation, there is never 100% chance of the patient to live. True or false? Is there 100% chance? Is there 100% chance that once an operation is done, 100% success? Oh, never. It's never there. Okay? Kama sasa wewe hutaki kuona mtu akikufa on your hands and you are the one doing an operation, you really detest the whole idea. Then you choose to become a doctor. Hey, itakuwa ngumu. Sindio? Yes, so when we are talking about life, we are saying base your choice of career on what you like and avoid those that have something about what you don't like. Because you are in school for 4 years, if you start your career journey now in the university at the age of 18 and you retire at the age of 60, you will live with your own choice for 40 plus years, right? If you did it to please your mother, for how long will you please your mother? The 40 years? Maybe your mother will even die when you have worked for 20 years and you chose that career to please her. It is good to listen to the advice of your parent, but realize that in the background that this is your career, it is your choice, you need to take charge. Are we together on this? Now, so what are some of the likes and the dislikes? Maybe you like something like painting, maybe you like listening. There are some careers that a good listener will thrive in it, and a poor listener will not. If, for example, you are a judge, you have to be a good listener. You listen with your ears and your eyes. Okay? You're observing what the person is saying. You're also observing what their body language is saying. Is it aligning to what the person is saying? So you love listening, you love fashion. Kuna baadhi yetu hapa wanapenda fashion kabisa. Na wengine wanavaa tu ndio wafunike uchi. They don't care what it is. But wengine they are keen that the earring and the coat lazima yaambatane na kiatu na yaambatane na nini. So if you get to the fashion industry, for you, just like the bird we talked about, it will just be like a bird on the sky, right? So swimming, fashion, cooking, poetry, music, drawing. If you love flowers, and somebody now you go to Kenya to do with the environment, and you are a lover of trees. Kuna watu wanapenda miti. Now we know how we are relating with the trees as a country. We are already aware of this. The issue of the environment. So tunajua, how many of us have planted a tree this year? For the last 1 year, since last year, how many of us have planted a tree? Hey, hakuna environment na moja. How many of you want to plant because they can't get a seedling? Huwezi pata mti yeyote upande. Huwezi pata ndio maana haukupanda. Haya, let me go to him. When you planted a tree, is it that somebody gave you the seed? Ulipewa tu kaletewa tu kwa upande.
This holiday, Mamaniji. Shaka na mti hapa Israel Frankfurt. Ya avocado na maembe.
Sasa akamwambia, is it that you are so idle? Was there something you could have done? If you didn't go with your shosho to buy, was there something you could have done instead? So there must have been a part of you that was willing to plant the trees, right? Now, so if you love trees, you love nature, there are some careers that you will easily get into. Anything environmental, anything forestry, anything agriculture. Kuna watu wengine mchanga tu inawaguzanga wakianguka. Kianguka tu hivi ya na mchanga, hapo ndipo ameguzwa na mchanga. Hawezi kuguzwa na mchanga na mkono yake deliberately, and if they are high school, unless it is a punishment that you must kata nyasi the process ya pata ile mchanga. But kuna wengine tu they have no problem with kuguza mchanga. They are not worried about their nails and about their walls because it is something that they like. So if they choose a career that have something to do with what they like, it becomes a lot easier for them. Now, the M, we say the M stands for meaning. The M stands for values. What are your value system? Values. Value system. Kuna watu wanapenda power sana. Kuna watu value integrity. That no matter how much money I'm going to make, as long as this is going to compromise my integrity, I will not do it. So niulize, kama wewe ni mmoja wale watu wana value integrity in Kenya, na hii tunaongea tu hapa sisi, haitatoka kwa mlango hapo. Kama ni wewe ni mmoja mwenye na value integrity, honesty, kazi gani in Kenyan context ni ube assistant to? Hiyo itoki kwa hiyo kwa hapa tunataka kazi kama zipi in Kenya. Nini people you guys are Kenyans? Because kama gani hivi, if you have that value of integrity, honesty, you only want to live on what you have worked for. Kazi kama gani? Itakuwa ndio.
A politician.
You will be shy of anything politics, okay? Why? Because a politician will tell a lie without blinking like this. Najua when you were growing up, you used to be told by a mother, unanidanganya tu na uwezi, what was the Kikuyu word? The translated version is blinking. Because normally when you tell a lie, kuna venye tu mahali utaki kuangaliana na mwenye unadanganya directly. Si ni kweli? When I was a teacher, that is how I used to tell that a student is lying to me. I would look at you direct to the eye, and when I see you, unataka kukaa pande, najua hiyo ni uongo. But politicians will say this without blinking. Okay? Na uko hapo sasa, you have the value of integrity, honesty, but unataka kukua MCA mtarajiwa. Utatoboa? Hautatoboa. So what are your value systems? For example, if you value family, una value the whole idea of living together with your family. Children, seeing your children grow up and all that. What are some of the jobs that might not be very suitable with a person who has high value of families? Vitu kama nini? When I'm talking about value for family, the whole idea is that it will give you time. The job you want to do, it will give you time to see your children grow up, to attend your children's school meetings, to be there for them every time. Because kama zipi hili zitakusumbua, that is your value. Hey, talk to me. Travel jobs. Jobs that require you to be out of the country from time to time. You have to be away from your country. Now you are this pilot who has to do several hours, from one continent to another. Hey, it means you stop the baby and you pursue your career, right? It means, you're not there to see your child growing up. So there are some careers that if you value family so much. Yesterday or the day before, there was a conversation on the TV about ladies who are choosing.
Okay, they are choosing to live a life without a child and without marriage, just living alone on their own. So they are doing this procedure called equalization. You make sure you never conceive and have a baby in your life.
When this conversation was going on, I was in the company of my daughter, then I was telling her, this is selfishness. That was my message to her. This choice is motivated by selfishness. Then she's asking me, what kuna ubaya gani? Nashangaa, kuna ubaya gani sasa? And si ni choice tu nimemake ya kutopata mtoto. Nimemake choice. So, in short, I'm just trying to say, if you value family life, there are some careers that will jeopardize or make you not live by that value. There are others that are more suitable for you if you have that value. I have a niece who today is studying medicine in KU, and she wanted to be a pilot. Okay, of course, I'm not sure the parents would have managed to finance the pilot business because it's very expensive. But I had this one question. 10 years from now, will you want to have a family? She said yes. Okay, do you know, even as a passage, 3 months in pregnancy, and the last 6 months, you are not expected to be on the airspace, right? Who is this employer who will give you leave a whole year? Because 3 months in your pregnancy, you cannot fly. The third term of the pregnancy, you cannot fly. Who is this employer? Unless you choose, I want to do flying for 10 years, then abandon it and start family. Or you have this employer who will be allowing you like 2 years, and away will buy the people outside, come after 2 years. Values important in the choice of careers. Now, if you value family now, because we are talking about maybe some choices that can jeopardize that value, what are some of the careers? You value family, you want to be there for your children when they are growing up, attend every of their meetings, look at their homework and their assignments. Which career will be more suitable for some? Hey, which career would be perhaps suitable for a person who has the value system that family comes first. Hakuna mnajua inaweza andamana na hiyo bali. Kuna mkono kwa nyuma, yeah.
Education.
Sorry?
Education.
It is easier to raise a family when you are a teacher. At least you have 3 months in a year to take care of your children and one-on-one sort of. The employer of teachers is also very flexible because teachers are all over, schools are all over the country. It is possible to teach your next door school, okay? Come for lunch if you want. Come for the jioni, Saturday and every other time. Okay, we cannot all be teachers. But because we said careers, your career is your choice, you have to take charge. Think about your career now and in the future. How is it going to affect your choice? I have another example I can give. I have a sister who works with the army. She's a very senior army officer. The titles of Kenol or something. Recently she's telling me she wants to write a letter of resignation. Why? Because this is a job that country comes. Na uko na watoto? Una watoto kama ni skipping wherever, hakuna story hii mtoto hii. Kama president anaenda wapi na anakiwa saa 6 usiku. Tena mtoto wewe pia atakupata kesho hapa asubuhi atakupata. We have had functions in the family, and apparently I know Dr. Anne has participated in some of our family functions, and she can never be there because this and this and this is requiring attention. And we need such people in the country, don't we? We need them. We need people in the military, we need the police, we need doctors, we need weather. But as we choose, think about now and 50 years from today. How we reach affect you based on your values and everything else that we have said about it. So values, we have things like kindness. You know, when you do what, you value improving people's lives. They have careers that present an opportunity for you to do that. Okay? When you are community work, you get to know which family is Jiga invested. You know, Monanga tunajulikana na hiyo story ya Jiga apparently. But you know, when you are on the ground, when you are in, let's say, pastoral duties, you're going to touch the lives of people directly, isn't it? So come away into our world, you know, you value the whole idea of improving society and all this. There are some careers that will present this opportunity for you. If you are courageous, you value bravery. That's why hata ukiwisha kule kwa military, kwa vita. Hauna kaoga. Hey, nini ulipeleke hapo? And you know they have their own court, they have martial court, where country comes first. Hawezi toroka. Ukitoroka, you either toroka, find yourself in a jail, right? Anyway, maybe we talk about that. You value freedom. Unataka career inakupatia flexibility. To let me explain myself here, the reason why I left high school teaching is because I valued freedom. Because at the university, I have freedom. I teach, you know, a maximum of 15 hours in a week. I can have it my way somehow. But in high school, where you're taking care of a younger level of students, it means as a teacher you have to be there in everything that they do. In primary school now, it is a lot even more engaging. You know, so utajipata tu utosheki because you value freedom. People who love freedom, they will choose careers within entrepreneurship. They want to do business and they're related because it gives them the flexibility they are looking for. Now, I come to the last point, which is on supplemental factors, so that we get back to personality. But before we do this, maybe I can ask Ian to give us some energy. Ian, give us an exercise to...
Hello? 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 God is good? Tusimame kidogo. Nilisikia mliuliza how many people here have football. Mkainua mikono. Mkauliza how many are footballers. Okay? Just a few raise their hands. Alright? Now I want you to imagine that you're a footballer. Sawa? Kila mtu hata mwenye hajawahi ingia kwa uwanja, hata mwenye hajui Man U ama Chelsea ama nini. Right? So this activity is called I have a ball. Say I have a ball. I have a ball. I have a ball. I put it in. So ukisema unafuatanisha na action. Si ndio? I have a ball. I put it in. Uniangalie ili ujue kwenye naeka. Am I allowed to start it? I have a ball. I have a ball. She was given. I have a ball. I put it in. I put it here. I repeat. I repeat. Kuna wase wamesimama. Kuna mtu ukapata akiwa wamesimama. I have a ball. Shika hiyo mpira vizuri. I have a ball. I have a ball. I put it here. I put it here. I repeat. I repeat. I have a ball. I have a ball. I put it here. I put it here. I repeat. I repeat. I repeat. And which I have a ball. I have a ball. I put it here. I put it here. And I was saying, I put it here. I repeat. I repeat. So, let's do another one. The name of Simon says. Tell me Simon says. Simon says. So, nikiwaambia mfanye kitu, and I begin with Simon says, then you're supposed to do it. So, now if I tell you to do something, but I don't begin the sentence with Simon says, you're not supposed to do it. Mmepata? Hebu tukae chini. Simon amesema kweli. So already you are doing the thing. Already you have failed. Tumesema, if I begin a sentence with Simon says, nafanya nini? You do it. If I don't say Simon at the beginning, you don't do it. Sindio? Hebu tupigie Dr. Catherine makofi. Angalia watu. Simon says love for Dr. Catherine. Simon says jump once. Say hi to your neighbor. Now you understand hi to their neighbor. Simon says reach your right leg up. Put it down. Simon hajasema. Simon says go round or turn round once. Simon says jump twice. Makofi manze, makofi. Simon amesema kweli. Simon says you can sit down.
Pia mmeona si virahisi sana kufuata instructions. Mmeona hivyo? Si virahisi, sio? Yes, because sometimes we get instructions when we have an already preconceived something in our mind. So we listen to what our minds are telling us and what the other person is saying, and it is inherently human. You remember what happened to Adam? Nakumbuka? What happened to Adam in the garden? And you know he's the reason why we work this hard. Sasa hivi mkimpata mnaweza fanyana naye nini? Ametukalisha shule, kwa mashamba, kila wakati tunafanya kazi, na ni kule kutosikiliza kwake, kule kutofuata Kenya aliambiwa afanye, asikule mti fulani hapo. Na akaenda akakula. Now we are laboring throughout our lives. Anyway, tutamuuliza tukienda mbinguni, si ndio? Yes. So, now I come to the supplemental factors. We have already talked about abilities, likes, meaning, supplemental factors. And these factors are quite many because these factors can actually then be at a personal level. For example, I've said that you're there, you want to be a pilot. How much does it cost to train a pilot? It is in millions of Kenya shillings. Now, unaweka mzazi wako pressure hapo. For me, it's a pilot and a pilot and a pilot and nothing else. And yet your parents cannot raise the money to take you to a pilot school, right? So you still have to be considerate and find out what does it cost, what is my ability, the parents' ability to finance it, right? Yes, you are there like the lady I was telling you about, the lawyer lady. She wanted fields of mechanical engineering. Apparently, she had not done physics in high school. Unaweza kuwa engineer kama hauna physics in your resource slip. Hawezi. So those of us who are in high school today and have an idea of wanting to become an engineer, make sure that physics is one of the sciences that you will take for studies, right? Because you cannot be an engineer, not at the degree level. I think even diploma level, there are conditions to that effect. Because even if you are allowed to, you would survive it. Because it requires the basics that you are taught in high school. The choice of subjects, instrumental. You cannot be wanting to be in a medical field, nursing, clinical medicine, or orthopedic, whatever it is, when you don't have biology as one of the subjects that you chose. There can never be any medicine without biology. There can never be any engineering without physics. There can never be advanced computer studies without physics. Some of us in high school, we have taken computer studies, which is good, but it is not a requirement for computer studies. What is the requirement is physics. Computer studies, another advantage, because it prepares you. You know, you'll be familiar with some of the terms, a mouse, a keyboard, blah, 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 all those things. But it is not a condition for you to be absorbed for Bachelor of Science, Computer Science, or technology, or whatever. Anything technology, anything engineering, physics, ni lazima. Anything medical, biology, ni lazima. Everything agriculture, biology, ni lazima. Even when you have agriculture, in most cases it is another advantage, but the basic requirement is biology. So if you already know, for me I'm called to matters agriculture, then make sure biology is your choice. And you can also take agriculture as a subject just to give you another advantage. The same for engineering. When it comes to professions like law, what are the requirements for law in subject-wise? The most critical is not history, is not geography, is not CRE, but it is English. Okay? So unaweza kuwa hapo na grade yako mzuri ya A-, but your English was a C+. You will not be picked for law. So if you are seated there and you are aspiring to be a lawyer, then it means you must work extra hard in your English because it will be a condition, right? Let me say this. Even if university ignored and allowed you to do that law with your C+ in English, you will not be accepted in the Kenya School of... Unaweza ponea hapa kwa university, but hautaponea pale kwa Kenya School of Law. And you remember I said that if you don't do the Kenya School of Law diploma, you can never practice in this country, right? And you see the supplemental factors now comes in the choice of subjects that you need, in the grade that you score overall and individual subjects. For English, a requirement, even in teaching, apparently. Hata kama wewe ni mwalimu wa hesabu na physics, it is a requirement you have a minimum of a C in English. Kwa hiyo unaweza kufunza hesabu na fizikia, but English is a requirement. If you are humanity teacher, the teacher for CRE, history, English, Kiswahili, all this. Then unajiuliza sasa hesabu ni ya nini? It is a requirement that on the minimum, I think it's a D class. Yes, on the minimum you must score a D plus in mathematics for you to qualify to be a teacher of English or Swahili or history or geography and so on. Sasa uwezi ngeti hapo tu sema mimi nitakangana hizi subjects zingine. Hii hesabu imezusha sana, but because I still overall, especially with the new grading modality, I will still get a good grade. I will become a teacher utashana. Even if a university ignored that requirement, the Teacher Service Commission, who is the employer of teachers in this country, will not employ you when you have not met those conditions. So it is therefore important that a factor of performance, a factor of the subject selection, subject choices that you make, know that it will determine what becomes of you. As you choose subjects that can be of any use when you are pursuing your professional studies. For example, if you are an engineer, between history and geography, though none is a requirement, but which one can be useful in your engineering studies? Geography. So, between history and geography, even though it may not be a strict requirement in law, which of these subjects is useful to you as a lawyer? History. So just think through. Usifuate tu mati, my destiny amechagua hii, my brother alichagua hii na akasema it is easy. Don't listen to those things. Think about yourself. That's why I say what you are doing now, think about how it affects your life in the next so many years. You can choose physics because all your friends are in physics class, yet you wanted to be a medical person and you absconded biology. Utawafurahisha hiyo muda mko na wao shuleni. But after that, it is your ni maisha ya nani? Ni maisha ya supplemental factors. We have other factors like the government agenda. Every government that comes in place normally has an agenda. It may want to accomplish many things, but there are usually 1, 2, 3, so many that you give priority to. Like now in this country, what is the agenda of the Kenya Kwanza government? You have been around now, or at least all of you 2 years you have been around. What has been the agenda of the Kenya Kwanza government? In a lay emphasis on what? Kitu kama gani? No, mkono. What is the agenda of the government? Kuna mkono pale ya pale hii. Affordable housing is one of them. Another. We have at least 4. We have affordable housing.
Bottom up.
Sorry?
Bottom up.
Bottom up, yes, but in this bottom up, what 2, 3 issues is the government keen about?
We know Mama Boga.
Huh?
We know Mama Boga. Mama Boga.
You know Mama Boga. Okay, but the point I wanted to put across is that every government has an agenda. This government has an agenda of affordable housing. It has an agenda of universal health care. All this. Yeah? It has an agenda in manufacturing. What that tells us that in the coming years there will be opportunities in this particular space. Here at Kabati, I can see Kabati Market someplace. I can see those affordable houses. Of course, I don't think that the people who are undertaking construction are fetched from Sudan. They must be Kenyans, isn't it? Yes, so you need also to think what is the agenda of your country. Agenda of this country, there's something about agriculture, there's something about affordable housing, there's something about universal health care, there's ICT, sufficiency in food. So all this tells us that there are jobs within the agriculture, within the ICT, within the construction sector, within the health sector. So because these jobs will be created, then there will be people to work in them, and you can pursue a career knowing that that is the life that you're going to take. Even when you think about being a nationality of the world, because the world has become global, it's a village, isn't it? What is the world interested in? The world is going ICT, the world is very keen now about environment, true? Climate change, so there will be jobs involving issues of environment, issues of climate change, and so on. So I think this and many other factors come into play when you are choosing your careers. And we say we wanted to leave the best for the last. And this is about personality. And so as I come to an end here, I want to say that a career that aligns with your personality will give you what we call fulfillment. Fulfillment. And so we ask ourselves, what do we mean by personality? What do you understand by the term personality? Personality, what do you mean by personality? I know we have various areas where we have interacted with the word personality. We have personality in psychology. Things like who you are, the being behind what you see. That person in you whom we do not see, and is the one who orders what we see to do what it does, is what I'm just trying to be the layman way I could get. Is the person, that being of you, that drives you, tells you to do this, tells you to behave like this, tells you to relate like this, is what we call personality. And we say that personality is a critical determinant of your choice of career. And we have a number of personalities in the language of career, because personalities can be discussed in different environments, in different spaces. But now we are looking at personality in line with career choices. And this is now what I want us to get to. So I invite Ian. Ian, I'm inviting you so that you start us off on the first two types of personalities in career.
Thank you. A clap for Dr. Catherine. And Secretary Elizabeth will snap. Let's snap. Thank you. To compose so far, are we doing good? I want you guys to say these three phrases after me. I can, I will, I must. I can, I will, I must. It's very important for you to say these words, okay? Because it begins from you. It starts from within. So I want you to repeat after me confidently. We are talking about careers. You have questions, you have worries. Will my parents be able to afford this career? Okay? Will I be able to achieve the grade that is required for this career? With everything that is happening at home, will I be able to actually go into university and achieve this career? So many things are going on in your mind. But I want you to believe and repeat these phrases after me. I can, I will, I must. Now when you have decided, there is no obstacle that can prevent you from achieving what you want. Because before I get to the first three personalities, I want to give you a story. It's a story about a certain frog. that fell into a channel, okay? Frog iliingia into kwa shimo. So the other frogs were looking at it from above. And then some were shouting, some were laughing at the frog, others were talking about that frog. Ilikuwa imeingia kwa shimo and the hole was too deep. So the frog was trying to come up from the hole. He was trying to come up. Alafu akiangalia huko juu, he can see the other frogs around. He can, but they are doing different things. Some are laughing at the frog, some are cheering him on, some are telling him, "Oh, look at you, umefanya nini?" Na yeye anaendelea kupanda, anaendelea kupanda, and eventually he goes to the top na anatoka kwa shimo. Now, the thing about this frog is that he was actually dead. Alright? So akiangalia hawa watu, he wasn't really hearing what they were saying. Kama angesikia those who were discouraging the frog, angepanda kweli. Kama angesikia those who were laughing at him, would he have been able to go up? No, but he shut all those voices away, okay? He was actually dead. So yeah, the one that's giddy, everyone is actually cheering him on. And that is why he was able to get to the top. So, why I say it comes from within, because you must believe in yourself, alright? You must believe in yourself. Don't wait for others to believe in you. Because if it doesn't come from you, then you're not going to be able to achieve. Passion is very important. It comes from within. Now, the first personality, we call it the John Holland's model. John Holland's model. It's called the realistic personality. Realistic personality. Nataka kuwapea characteristics za watu wenye wako in the realistic personality. Alright? Now, these are people that prefer hands-on work. Watu wanapenda kuwork with their hands. Kama ukiwa nyumbani, if the TV goes bad, for example, already iko na shida mahali, or there's an electronic kwa nyumba, iko na shida, you want to actually look at what has happened, try to get a screw, you unscrew the device, and then you start working on it, okay? You want to try and mend it and repair it. These are people who like hands-on work. As I'm giving you these characteristics, nataka ufikirie whether you fit into any of those ones. So realistic people, they enjoy working with tools and with machines, okay? And they enjoy physical activities. How do you wanapenda physical activities in the house or in the homestead? They tend to be practical and very detail-oriented. They are practical and detail-oriented. Because for you, if it's a laptop that's not working at home, and then you want to look at why it's not working and repair it, there is no way if you're a person when you want to do this and the next minute you're doing something else. You need to concentrate